Good day and welcome to another edition of the editorials. We are broadcasting from Canada. My name is Sandra Asante. Today, I'll be taking you through a quick guide of the Ethiopia Selection 2021. So stay tuned. I'll be back after the break. You're welcome back. Thank you so much for always staying with me. So Ethiopia is due to hold elections on the 21st of June 2020 despite a bloody conflict and looming famine in the north and escalating tensions among its biggest ethnic groups. The polls were originally scheduled for August 2020 but were delayed with officials citing the COVID-19 pandemic. Voters will elect 547 members of the federal parliament and the leader of the winning party becomes prime minister. The last general election was held in 2015. Now let's look at the reasons why this election is a big deal that must be done. So this is the first electoral test for Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed since he took office on a pledge to end repression, although there are already concerns about the integrity of the upcoming poll. Mr. Abiy rose to power in April 2018 on the back of protests against the coalition government dominated by the Tigray People's Liberation Front, the TPLF, and embark on shaking up Ethiopia. I don't know if that's quite true there. So let's look at the oppositions. Is there any oppositions in the struggle for, the power? The National Election Board of Ethiopia said more than 40 parties have fielded candidates, but most of them are regional parties. It said more than 9,000 candidates are running in federal and regional races. Yes, 9,000. Adding that this was highest number of candidates in any Ethiopian election. However, opposition parties have complained that a government crackdown against its officials has disrupted their plans to prepare for the polls. Parties in Ethiopia's most populous region, Oromia, have announced they will boycott the elections. The Oromo Liberation Front, the OLF, pulled out in March, citing the jailing of some of its leaders and the alleged closure of its offices by the government, including its head office in the capital. It is one of the oldest parties in Ethiopia with a huge following in Oromia, where Mr. Abiy comes from. The Oromo Federalist Congress, the OFC, the party of Jawal Mohammed, also announced in March that it was forced to pull out of the elections on similar grounds. It said those in prison include potential candidates such as Mr. Jawal, as well as its organizers and election observers. Now, I want us to look at elections being held everywhere. Is elections being held in all of the cities in Ethiopia? No. The elections will not be held in Tigray, where fighting continues despite Mr. Abiy's declaring victory in November 2020. The state is now under an interim administration after Parliament declared the Tigray administration illegal and voted to replace it. The election board said a date for the elections in Tigray would be set once the interim government opened election offices, news agency Reuters reported. Voting has also been postponed until 6 September in another 54 constituencies around the country, with the electoral board citing defect in the ballot papers. In total, 78 of the 547 constituencies will not vote, the Reuters news agency reports, quoting the electoral board, which cited logistical and security problems. Ethnic violence has increased in several regions since Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed came to power. There are fears that this could undermine the poll. as well as Tigray Federal Forces are battling in insurgency in Oromia and quelling ethnic attack in Amhara. In the western Benishangul Gumuz region, fighting over land and resources has led to the death of hundreds since last year. The elections have led to increased tension over disputed border areas between different regions, which currently hold a lot of power in Ethiopia's federal system. The electoral body in February raised concerns over a lack of security in 98 constituencies and accused some regional governments, including those of Oromia and Amhara, of not providing enough security. My next question is, will this election be free and fair? In May, the AU withdrew its electoral observation mission, citing a lack of agreement on key parameters. It accused the Ethiopian authorities of not giving assurances on the independence of the mission and refusing to let them import communication system to their security. The Ethiopian Foreign Ministry said the AU's decision was neither essential nor necessary to certify the credibility of an election. A group of U.S. senators last month called for the elections to be postponed because of the ongoing security problems. The election board responded by saying they were trying to hold the elections in accordance with Ethiopian laws and international standards, but however, it acknowledged that shortfalls are inevitable, with the chairperson Batukan Madeska saying any major reforms now could imperil the overall integrity, credibility, inclusivity, and timeliness of the electoral processes. This is how it's going to be. We are looking forward to the elections on the 21st of June 2021. Thank you so much for joining me. This is where I draw the curtains on the editorials for today. My name is Sandra Asantis. I'll see you some other time.